Okay, Earth unit, okay, key stage Earth, right, these are then key words, and there's a fair few of them, right, so you need to get your ears engaged, get your brain engaged, and start thinking about it. A mixture of gases surrounding the Earth, okay, so there's Earth all the way around the outside, there's the atmosphere. The breaking up or weathering down of rocks by the action of living things, so tree roots, things like that, is biological weathering, or weathering is the breaking down of the rocks. A process that shows stores of carbon and summarises how carbon and its compounds enter and leave these stores. Carbon cycle, absolutely vital for GCSE, you need to know the carbon cycle. A place where carbon and its compounds may remain for a long time. Carbon stores are the atmosphere, oceans, sedimentary rocks, fossil fuels, soil, living organisms. Okay, so that is a carbon store, and the carbon needs to stay in those places, which is why it's a problem burning fossil fuels, because we're releasing them. The gluing together of sediments by different chemicals to make sedimentary rocks, cementation, cement, gluing together. The breaking or wearing down of rocks by the action of chemicals, such as those in rainwater, acid rain, is chemical weathering. A long-term change in weather patterns, climate change. We're going through that right now over all year. A burning reaction in which a substance reacts quickly with oxygen and gives out light and heat. Combustion, burning. The process of squashing sediments together to make new rocks. Squash, squash, squash by the weight above. Sediments landed at the bottom of the ocean. Compaction. The rocky outer layer of Earth is the crust. The cutting down or burning of trees in forests, deforestation, okay, the Amazon rainforest happening all the time. The settling of sediments that have moved away from their original rock, deposition, right, so what they are is the rock is broken down, they've gone down in a river and they get deposited, deposition. A property of a material meaning that it's difficult to damage, durable. Rock's pretty durable, but over time it can get broken down. The breaking of a rock into sediments and their movement away from the original rock, okay, it's kind of combined to what we talked about before, erosion. Weathering of rocks that happens as a result of water repeatedly freezing, thawing, that's called the freeze-thaw, which is imaginative. The gradual increase in the Earth's mean air temperature is global warming. Now get that as the mean air temperature, so some places are going to get a lot hotter, some places might even get colder. It's the mean air temperature. The absorbing of energy by gases in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, so there's the atmosphere, and what you've got is you've got your greenhouse layer around the outside of CO2 and methane. Okay, and what happens is the sun comes down, right, hits there, changes into infrared, but then it can't escape because of the blanket. That's called the greenhouse effect. A gas that contributes to climate change, carbon dioxide and methane, they're the greenhouse gases. This rock is made when liquid rock, magma or lava cools and freezes. So freezing means it goes back hard, is igneous rock, and what it will do, it will tend to have crystals in it. Inner core, the solid iron and nickel at the centre of the Earth. I kind of did that with the wrong way around there. Liquid rock that is above the Earth's surface. So they're the ones that you see on the TV, lava. Liquid rock that is below the Earth's surface. Right, you can't see that, but we know it's there, magma. The layer of Earth that is below the crust, it is solid but can flow very slowly. I suppose that's a bit like your magma, that's the mantle. Rock formed by the action of heating, pressure, sedimentary rocks or igneous rocks. So you've got your sedimentary rock, you've got your igneous rock, they get ridiculously heated up and pressured and they become metamorphic. Morph means change. The liquid iron and nickel between the Earth's mantle and the inner core is the outer core. The process plants use to make their own food, okay, make their own food, photosynthesis. The breaking up or wearing down of rocks by the effects of changing temperature, physical weathering. A material that has small gaps that may contain substances in their liquid or gas states, okay, so that means there's porous, there's little holes in it. The transfer of energy as a wave is radiation. Collecting and processing materials that have been used to make new objects, recycling. Last view, the process that transfers energy from plants and animals glucose, feel like an arrow coming on, glucose and oxygen, so glucose plus oxygen makes CO2 plus water. Okay, obviously that's not scientifically correct. That process is respiration. This explains how rocks change and are recycled into new rocks, the rock cycle. It must be quite slow. Pieces of rock that are broken away from the original rock, sediments. Rocks made from the sediments, sedimentary. Uplift happens when huge forces from inside the earth push rocks upwards. Okay, so like mountains are getting created because rocks are getting pushed up. Uplift. All types of rock into smaller pieces called sediments. That is then the general process of weathering. Right, you've got 37. Okay, let's see if you can get all 37. Write down the numbers in your exercise book, 1 to 37. All right, and go through the keywords. Ready, steady, go. Right, how'd you do at 37 then? Okay, right, if you got 37 out of 37, give yourself a big tick, right, a big green tick or red tick or whatever colour pen you've got, right, but you've got to do it again anyway, just to prove you can do it again. Anybody less than 37, do it again, and you start now. Well done. Big tick from me.